Good morning, Steve. My name is Caroline and thank you for taking my call today. The purpose of today's consultation is to discuss IAJ's risk management process in relation to our live cattle export division. During our conversation, I will explain the risk management process, invite you to contribute to the risk management process and how we can obtain input from other key stakeholders, and seek your input into how we can improve our current risk management strategies. In relation to risk management, according to ISO 31000 and adhering to the Australian Standard on Risk Management, a risk management process is one that systematically applies management policies, procedures and practices to a set of activities intended to establish the context, communicate and consult with stakeholders, and identify, analyse, evaluate, treat, monitor and review risk. Steve, are you familiar with risk management?
Yes, I am, from previous workshops and training, and I also know that risk management should be a systematic and ongoing process.
It is, and it is also based on 11 principles, including creating value, an integral part of IAJ, a part of our decision-making process, and facilitate continuous improvement and the enhancement of IAJ. Are you familiar with implementing risk management?
I haven't had direct experience in implementing, but I believe the risk management process will be implemented following the PDCA, Plan, Act, Check and Act process.
Yes, it is. Plan. Design the framework for managing risk. Do. Implement risk management. Check. Monitoring and review of the framework, and act. Continuous improvement of the framework. Steve, do you have any ideas on the risk management process and how we could obtain feedback from our stakeholders?
Consultation needs to be a two-way process of dialogue between IAJ and the stakeholders. We can brainstorm ideas by inviting stakeholders to participate in workshops to generate ideas. One-on-one meetings with relevant stakeholders to discuss potential risks relevant to them.
I would also like to add the Delphi technique of a group communication process involving distributing a questionnaire to each participant.
A stakeholder engagement plan would also be advisable.
Great idea, Steve. An absolute necessity and will be made a priority. Steve, what types of risks are relevant to you?
As you know, the live cattle export division is a very lucrative part of IAJ's operations. But with an upcoming election and the volatility of weather in Northern Australia, the biggest risks for us are changes in legislation to the export of live animals and natural disasters such as cyclones or drought.
Are there any other risks that come to mind?
Yes, there are, like disease outbreaks and bans on trade, but we should also get some relevant risks through engaging with our stakeholders and documenting their contributions.
To overcome these risks, Steve, do you have any ideas for improvement?
We have had discussions and feedback from our suppliers and employees from previous workshops and would benefit from implementing the following risk treatments: a contingency plan for any future ban on live exports, and a contingency plan for natural disasters throughout the IAJ supply chain.
Again, through the stakeholder engagement plan, we can further develop these and gain further improvements on our risk management strategies. Thank you, Steve, for your time, and we will meet next week where we will go over the IAJ stakeholder engagement plan and discuss the action plan on implementing the risk treatments.
Thank you, Caroline, and I look forward to developing risk treatments and developing reporting and monitoring strategies.